What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Hidden Up. In today's video, we are going to be going over Hyper Scape and some interesting little things that maybe you did not know were actually hiding in the hub. So the beta just dropped, and you might be finding yourself in a position that I did not too long ago, where no matter how many times I drop into the game, I just continually get eliminated. Now, Hyper Scape poses a lot of new challenges and threats that many other games did not. You know, we have a very high-paced game where, you know, players are jumping around all over the map. And so your tracking is a lot different than what you might experience in other games. If you're coming over from other types of FPS or shooters such as Counter-Strike or Valorant, even Modern Warfare or Fortnite, any of these other Battle Royales, you might not be finding the skills and the aiming that you've practiced in those games transitioning well into this game because of a few things that we'll go over in this video. So what I highly suggest is to utilize this little tool that's hiding back here. So if you guys look, so we're at the hub right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something you may have not known was actually here. So if you come over here to where the battle pass is, and you just come all the way back here, oh, look at that. What was hiding back here all along? That's right. It is a training ground. So I'm sure a lot of you have been wondering, how do you practice? And maybe you've been doing what I was doing before in the past, which is just
welcome back to the training zone.
Continually jump
Feel free to
in and out of
weapons and hacks
you know, of battle royales and just continually get eliminated. So if you guys come in here, as you can see, we have all the hacks. You can even upgrade them so you get an idea of what the hacks actually look like at their highest upgrade. So some of them, like the wall, for example, is just going to decrease the cooldown. Whereas with a mine, when it's fully upgraded, you're going to notice that the damage increases quite a bit. All right, guys, so we're here in the hub. And as you can see, we have all the weapons, everything that you can possibly want to test out. So you have your own little thing here where you can practice and kill all the bots that you want. Everything that you've been trying to do in Battle Royale against real people is now here. Look at that. And you can practice and test out spray patterns. And I guarantee you guys, this is going to be the one thing that's going to up your gameplay. Just this little hidden thing in the back. I mean, who knew it was here? I mean, I don't know if the bot or the lady in the beginning said something. You know, I walked away to, you know, go take a piss or something. I mean, honestly, I don't know why I did not know this thing was here. I mean, look at that. You can practice everything. You can see exactly what is the radius of splash damage. How much DPS does it do? If I continually fuse my weapons, what does that look like? I mean, look at this. I don't know if you guys have ever seen what a fully upgraded Skybreaker can do, but we'll just watch what happens to these two guys if I just go right on. Absolutely nothing. I'm going to aim at this guy's head without actually doing anything. So let's just get a good idea of what the spray pattern looks like for the Ripper. Now, without using ADS, you do have it traveling up quite a bit. So, easy way to fix this, and easy way to master the spray pattern of the Ripper, just slightly pull down on your mouse as you're aiming, and you're honestly going to laser beam the person. Now, if you ADS, it's obviously going to be just that more powerful. Now, just to give you guys an idea of how overpowered this weapon actually is, if you head over to the sniper range, I mean, that has got to be maybe 200 meters or more. I mean, if I keep walking back, they disappear. So right around here, try to go for this guy back here. Now, as you can see, he doesn't even register on my screen, right? Now, just watch how overpowered the Ripper is. I'm just going to do the same tactic that I did back there at 20 meters. Look at that. I literally just got a kill. The guy doesn't even register on my map. So as you guys can see, the way that there's not much bullet drop off with the Ripper. And honestly, there's not much bullet drop off with either of these guns. If I aim right at this guy's head, I mean, that's a headshot right there. So as you guys can see, I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but I have not noticed any bullet drop off in this game so far. So once again, if I just go back and we look at this guy right here, if I do the same tactic that I did where I already know what the spray pattern looks like and I just very slightly pull down, it's like I just laser beamed the poor kid. I mean, look at that. So highly suggest either getting really good at the sniper or getting really good at the ripper. Now, if you guys want to see how overpowered snipers are in this game, here's what a fully upgraded sniper looks like. It is literally one hit, one kill. For example, I know we just went over those, and I will make an in-depth video for each weapon and the best loadouts that you could possibly use. But I just want to give you guys a quick little overview of how you can spend some time in this, hidden training ground. I know a lot of you have probably been using Kovacs and have been messing around with the system a little bit. But honestly, if you want to get good at your aiming in Hyper Scape, honestly, just use this training ground back here and practice the mechanics of the game themselves. All right, guys. Well, look, here's the unfortunate reality. In Hyper Scape, targets are not going to be standing still unless you're fighting players that are AFK. And hey, I mean, if that's what you enjoy, then by all means, you can continue to practice that. But here's the reality. In Hyper Scape, players are going to be flying all over the place. They're going to be jumping up in the sky, teleporting, turning invisible, sliding, etc. So you can spend a lot of time in the training grounds that we just showed to get better at understanding the mechanics of each weapon. However, unfortunately, practicing your aim on targets that aren't moving is not going to translate into the game very well. So if you guys happen to have Kovacs, I highly suggest downloading it, especially for Hyper Scape, because Hyper Scape works more so as an arena shooter than it does a battle royale, meaning that the difference in skill is going to be so great that you're probably going to be jumping into matches and just getting absolutely annihilated. And if this is the case, the problem comes more so to practicing your skills in terms of shooting and aiming and tracing and all these other things than it does just understanding the basic mechanics of the game. It's really going to come down to your ability to hit your shots. And for that reason alone, I highly suggest after you spend some time in the training grounds, get out of the training grounds, go into something like Kovacs, go over here to online scenarios, type in Quake, and you're going to have to come down all the way until you find somewhere here, right here. Quake Champions. So let's see. If you type in Quake Champions, there we go. Yeah, so you're just going to go ahead and type in Quake Champions. Now, why I like this one is that it is going to be the closest thing to Hyper Scape that you can find. Okay, so we're going to jump in right now. Don't worry about challenge, at least yet. But let's just go into free play. Now, as you can see, we have targets all over the place. They're going to be jumping up into the air. They're going to be doing all these different random motions that you might find in Hyper Scape. However, here's the great thing about this one. This one allows you to move. Not only does it allow you to move around the map, but it also allows you to jump. The other thing is you have a loadout of different weapons. So if I press 1, I have my railgun. Right? And so let's say, for example, the railgun is you practicing your, let's say your sniper or whatever it may be, right? If I press 2, you can pretty much see that I have a projectile now, like a rocket launcher, and it's going to have all of the effects such as splash damage. You have the projectile being launched, launching the player up into the air. So if you want to practice, getting better at the Skybreaker, or you want to practice the Komodo, then you can go ahead and switch to this weapon and get a better idea of exactly how you're going to be lining up those shots. Next, if we switch over to 3, I mean, you pretty much got your minigun here, or let's just say you got your Ripper. This map is going to give you the closest thing, at least that I found, the closest thing possible to what you might experience in Hyper Scape. So this will allow you to get used to, understanding your mouse pad, and, especially if you're on mouse. If you're on controller, it's a little bit different. But you might have to play around with your sensitivity a little bit, because this game is not only is it very fast paced, but you might have to explore different areas of your mouse pad that you weren't used to before in other games. You know, because you might have a player right here, and then all of a sudden they flick all the way up like that, and then they're coming back down, right? So being able to understand vertical tracking, which you might have not practiced before, is going to be something that's a make it or break it. Because here's the reality: in something like Hyper Scape, you don't have shields, right? So honestly, when you're going head to head with another person, the person who could land more shots is all it takes to secure that win. And what I highly suggest is, before you guys just jump into Hyper Scape and you try to just practice against real people, spend some time beforehand, maybe 10 to 15 minutes practicing your aim and Kovacs, just warming everything up. And then you can go ahead and go in. And let me know if you guys found this video helpful. If you try it before you comment, obviously, but test it out and see if your game actually improved a little bit. Spend some time doing this. Spend some time playing around with the sensitivity. Figure out exactly, okay, for me to keep my crosshair on the target, but for it to be fast enough to do these quick little flicks as they start to go across my screen or all the way up on my screen. Practice and play around with it a little bit, and then see if your gameplay is improving. So let me know how you guys found this video. Leave a like. Definitely a different video than from what I normally do, but hopefully this helps. And as always, guys, it's Hidden, and I'm out.